Gee whiz. That goes back to all these people that autographed on my artwork. There's a story about every one of them. I'll focus on one right now. Steve and Glada Funk. From the early 1800s, their forefathers owned a maple syrup farm just outside of Shirley, Illinois. It's called Funk's Grove Pure Maple Syrup Farm. Well, I've heard about the Funks and Steve and Glada and their hospitality. They boil their maple syrup right there on the spot. They have a large mini-acre maple tree farm. And by the way, it takes 50 gallons of sap to boil down to 1 gallon of maple syrup. So these folks work hard, but their work season is very limited because of the fact that the sap only flows during the last freeze season in March or into February. I stopped at their farm one morning coming out of Chicago. It was real early. It must have been about 7 o'clock in the morning, maybe a little bit earlier. The lights weren't on in the house. And I knew it was going to be many months before I was able to pass by that area again. So I took the courage and knocked on the farmhouse door. And Glada answered the door. Now, most times in what I would call the super slab world out there, you go knock on someone's door at 6 in the morning, you're probably not going to get the most warmest welcome. You'll probably say, get out of here and come back later. You know, you won't get anyone to open up their business for you. Well, they not only opened up their business for me, but they opened up their door for me. Cook breakfast, invite me into the kitchen table, invite me to the kitchen breakfast, pour some coffee, chit-chat for hours. That was probably one of my most, I'm getting a little sentimental here because they're really good folks. It's something that you're just not going to find anywhere else. And they were very special people, and we had a great visit. Now we're all real good friends. I've built relationships with all these people that we meet. That's another good thing that I might throw in there. When you're traveling up and down Route 66 and you do take your time to stop and meet people, you'll find that you're going to be drawn back to the old road, the mother road, more and more. Because now, besides just having someone at the end of your destination to go, like say you're going home to meet your friend that lives in college or whatever, you have friends all along Route 66 in all the towns. So it causes you to do that stopping and visiting that I was talking about. And there's nothing more enjoyable than meeting some good folks, some genuine, good-hearted folks on Route 66 who know that you're their friend and you know that they're your friend. Did I say that right? I can't remember. So stopping at the maple syrup farm was probably one of the most touching experiences I had because of the fact that they didn't know who I was. I arrived unannounced. It was very early in the morning, and all those factors were working against me, yet it was probably one of the most pleasant visits and memorable visits, I should say, that I've had with anyone on the road. Oh, gee whiz, there's so much on here.